This is a question that I kind of want to go in a little bit more depth about, because I do believe that other people are suffering as well, and that I just want to talk about mental health or mental disorders. So I have previously, and I still do, suffer from anxiety. Good morning, ladies and gents. This is what Saturday mornings look like in the Rowntree household. I am not moving for a few hours. I believe it's like 2 weeks until I go back to university, so I'm kind of making the most of the time I have where I can just lie in bed for a couple of hours. Today is going to be a slightly different video, so I'm basically going to do a vlog, but along the way I'm going to answer some questions. So I'm going to go through a Q&A which I put up on my Instagram. If you're not following my Instagram, get at me at TomRow. But anyway, so yeah, sit back, let's enjoy the video. Bingo. Okay, ladies and gents, can't get my words out. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome. I've already introduced the video. Question number one of the video is going to be: would you rather have a lot of money and no friends, or not a lot of money and loads of friends? I'm not sure anyone who would want to have loads of money and no friends, so I'm definitely going to go for the not a lot of money and loads of friends. I don't think you'll be very happy if you don't have any friends and you have loads of money. So 100% I'm not a lot of money, because at the end of the day, money doesn't really mean much. If you've got enough money to pay for, I don't know, living, pay for food, etc., and you've got loads of friends, you're winning. So yes, not a lot of money, but loads of friends. Becca's treated me to this morning. Didn't expect it. Woke up this morning, Becca had come back saying, "Oh, I've got you a coffee and a croissant." I'm going to the gym at 11, so let's make our pre-workout meal. Does anyone else always feel really bad when they leave the dog behind? Like, even when I'm going to the gym, I'm going to be gone for 2 hours, and Oscar just looks at me like, "Don't leave me, please don't leave me." But yeah, I always feel bad leaving the house, leaving my doggy. But got to train, got to get these leggies big. So today I'm training legs. However, I'm not going to film the session because I feel like I just always show you guys the leg session. I'm quickly going to answer a question. Let's have a look what we've got. So, what is your favourite pastime other than going to the gym and making YouTube videos? Personally, for me, I'm absolutely obsessed with football and like movies. I love spending like the weekend, like on my Saturday and Sunday, literally sitting around doing absolutely nothing but either watching films or football. Obviously now the football season's back on, it means that I literally spend my whole Sunday sat on this sofa watching the football. So yeah, I am a little bit obsessed with football. I don't necessarily play it, but I just love watching it. And if anyone's interested, I'm actually an Arsenal fan. Anyway, let's go to the gym. I'm on my way from misery to happiness today. You're getting them? Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, very kind. That was an absolute result. We didn't get asked for ID for the first time in a long time for a monster. Anyway, question number 3 of the day. I'm going to let Cam ask me it.
Do I get to pick?
Yeah, you're picking.
In terms of fitness, what's your next stage?
Basically to get as big as humanly possible. I'm currently bulking and I just want to get huge. I'm in a 2-year bulk now, eating a lot of food. We're currently not eating too much food, but we're going to slowly build it up. over the next 2 years. Gonna throw in a couple mini cuts in there, but certainly over the next 2 years I'm gonna try and get as big as humanly possible and potentially compete in 2021. Fantastic workout, I just trained legs, but my post-workout meal is gonna be my staple, which is gonna be a bagel with some jam. Then I'm gonna have another bagel with 4 hex sausages to get some protein in directly after training, as this is our kind of like anabolic window, as people like to call it. Fast digesting carbs are good post-workout, and yeah, then I'll get answering some more questions. Also, I was meant to be walking, well, I need to walk Oscar today, but it looks like it's gonna absolutely chuck it down, so looks like I'm sat in for a bit chilling out, which I'm not complaining about. Not complaining about at all. Okay, I'm definitely glad that I didn't go out to take Oscar on a walk. Bloody hell. It's chucking it down. Question. If you didn't study architecture, what do you reckon you would study instead? To be honest, I've been very lucky to know that I wanted to be an architect ever since I was probably like, I don't know, almost as young as 5 years old. I'd probably not study something. I know that's a bit mad saying that, but I probably would try and go down the route of making my own business, maybe some form of creative business. Obviously doing YouTube and stuff, so I probably just won't go to university, maybe work part-time somewhere, earn some money, and then try and build up my own personal brand. I don't know, to be honest. Do you think a girl can become an architect? Or is it a job mostly for guys? I'm not even going to answer this question. Of course you can become an architect. Oh, good morning, ladies and gents. Good morning, ladies and gents. Little bit hungover this morning. Had some boys around last night, had some lads around last night. Enjoyed a couple drinks as we're going back to uni soon, so obviously I want to enjoy my time spending with my mates. And yeah, it was nice. Just feeling a little bit rough this morning. Just a little bit. Anyway, let's get on with the day. The absolute killer combo, ladies and gents. This stuff is unbelievable. Blueberries, or even raspberries in white chocolate Cocoa Pops. Beautiful. You're not only getting in your beautiful white chocolate Cocoa Pops, but you're getting in your fruit for the morning. Breakfast accompanied by a few more questions to answer. Architecture apprenticeship or undergraduate architecture degree. So an apprenticeship is a completely different level to a degree, I believe. Obviously getting your degree, you can then go on to become a professional architect, whereas an apprenticeship is, I think that's the stage before university. I'm not 100% sure. Don't count me on that one. How did you know you wanted to become, or how did you know you wanted to study architecture? To be honest, the course is pretty much like tailor-made to me, my skill set. I'm a big fan of kind of buildings, modern buildings, etc. in terms of just looking at them generally. I'm quite a creative person. I have like quite a decent graphic eye, so I know in terms of presentations, etc. And to be honest, it just caught when you go to university open days and have a look at the courses. It just pretty much was me in a nutshell, and it was, yeah, so that's why I'm studying architecture. Good question this. Would you rather be bulky for the rest of your life or shredded? So I would personally prefer to be shredded aesthetically, as in being shredded just looks amazing. You feel confident, you feel good. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you think, oh yeah, I look decent. However, if you felt great and you were shredded at the same time, that would be an absolute winner. I'd hate to be shredded for the rest of my life and feel like shit for the rest of my life, pretty much. Low on energy, not eating much food. If I could be shredded, just constantly shredded, eat as much food as I want, enjoy myself, be happy, be content, 100% be shredded. But for the fact that when you're bulking, you're a lot more, your relationship with food is so much better, your relationships with people are so much better, you're so much happier, you've got so much more energy, you can, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather be shredded in terms of the way I look, but bulky in terms of feeling good about myself and enjoying life. How many seconds, it's a good one as well, big up Stuart. How many seconds is it acceptable for food to be on the floor until you eat it? It depends, right? It depends what food it is, and it depends what floor it is. If I'm in the gym and I drop something on the floor, I'm not picking that up and eating that, because the amount of feet and yeah, that's been on that floor. However, if I was in my kitchen, nice clean kitchen, and I dropped a blueberry on the floor, leave it there for a few minutes, lad. You can't waste a blueberry, you know, they're quite expensive. But yeah, depends what floor it is, depends on the food. But I'd probably generally say probably 3 seconds. 3-second rule. That's just the generic rule, isn't it? But yeah. And it is an absolutely beautiful day to be alive, people. I refrain myself from saying ladies and gents there, because I feel like I say that all the time. So on my rest days I do 30 minutes cardio, probably about 20 minutes of stretching, 20-30 minutes of stretching, and I do ab work as well, so I'll probably do 2 or 3 ab exercises. Reason why I do cardio on a rest day is because I purely do it for heart health, cardiovascular health, just generally to keep me fit and healthy, because I know that my food, my calorie intake is going to get pretty high over the next year. So if I can maintain some form of cardio to keep up my heart health, that'd be fantastic. So yes, let's go to the gym. And that is cardio, stretching and some abs done. Showed you a little physique update there as well. This is way too, hang on. So yeah, showed you my physique. I'm currently weighing or averaging about 82 kilos. So quite a lot of weight above the end of my diet. However, I'm not looking too shabby, I'm not looking too bad. I've been very cautious with kind of what foods I'm eating, try not to go overboard. I've been tracking my macros every single day to make sure I'm kind of roughly getting about the right macros. I don't want to be too strict with myself because I want to enjoy myself. But yeah, currently looking very good. Strength is 100% on the up. Every session my strength is progressing, which is fantastic. And I'm not looking too shabby either. I'm not looking too fat yet, which is a bonus. So yeah, let's head home now. I'm sweating my tits off. Get some food and sit and watch the football for the rest of the day, because today is Sunday, and Sunday for me is football day. We've got 2 big games on. Arsenal Tottenham at 4 o'clock. Let's go. Every time we come home, he greets us at the door. Hello. Ruff, 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 ruff. Ruff, 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 ruff. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Hey.
You can get a big Chanel back in the store if you want it. I gave them the drip, they said it back in the morning. I put a new paddock, I had to watch 2 tones. I'm taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. Ain't your car, you just a listen, you don't own it. If I'm in the club, I got that phone on the phone.
Homemade macro-friendly burgers. So this is simply just 5% mince, and literally just put into a bowl, put on the pan with a bit of onions, got some seasoning on there. We then got 1 egg per bagel, some salad, a bit of ketchup, and some mayo. And that leads me to my next question. What is the biggest piece of advice for someone who is skinny and is looking to put on weight? Simply eat more food. Make sure you're eating more than you are burning. So in my previous video I talk about how to bulk. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out. Input needs to be greater than output, so you need to be consuming more calories than you are burning. Therefore you are going to be gaining weight, so you're going to be in a caloric surplus and you will be gaining weight. So simply just eat more food, track how much food you're eating currently, increase the portion sizes. If you're struggling to get food in, simply increase portion sizes maybe instead of having 3 meals a day, have 4 meals a day to get in them extra calories, just simple things like that. Pool bag. Oscar. Hey. So currently taking the little doggy out for a walk because bless him, he hasn't been out yet today. Oh, he's seeing a cat. But it's right, it's gone. Yeah, Oscar hasn't been out yet today, and neither have I, apart from going to the gym. So I thought I'd come out because I've kind of got like the alcohol sweats and just a bit of a headache from being sat around watching football all day. What have you found? So I thought I'd just answer a quick question. So next question that I got asked is, do you have any disorders? So this is a question that I kind of want to go in a little bit more depth about, because I do believe that other people are suffering as well, and that I just want to talk about mental health or mental disorders. So I have previously, and I still do, suffer from anxiety. I made a post about it all probably about a month or so ago, so if you want to read about my experience with anxiety, you can go ahead and read the post. I don't really want to go over it all again on camera, just because it's quite a deep story, it's quite long. So if you want to check out kind of like my experience, go ahead and check out my Instagram. I'm sure I've put it on the screen now anyway. So yes, I have suffered from anxiety for the past probably year and a half, maybe 2 years. So when I was younger, I used to suffer from being quite scared and anxious a lot of the time. Obviously when I was younger I didn't realise that it was anxiety. I just thought as a kid you were just quite worried about things, quite scared about things. And obviously as I've got older, it's kind of got worse and worse, and it's kind of probably about this time last year, it kind of consumed my life quite a bit. It got to the point where every day I was suffering quite badly, and probably about 6 months ago was when it got really bad, and luckily now I'm much better, as I really was suffering earlier on in this year. And anxiety is a really difficult one to speak about because like other people mention, it's very hard to describe what anxiety is, how to describe how you're feeling, what you're suffering. A lot of the time when I try and explain my story and talk about things I've suffered, it sounds a bit stupid when you kind of talk about some of the things, and that's what I find difficult about anxiety, is that when someone else isn't suffering it, it's very hard for them to understand your point of view and for them to understand how you're feeling, and you very much feel alone. But I can assure you guys that if you are suffering from anxiety or depression or whatever it is, you are not alone. It is very common, and that is something that I didn't realise when I was suffering myself, because as I did start suffering quite badly, I tried not to kind of speak about it because I thought in my head it sounded quite stupid, and I just thought I was being pathetic. But as I did start speaking to people about it, kind of helped me understand that it's quite normal and everyone actually suffers from anxiety, whether it's quite mild or quite severe. And I promise you're not alone if you are suffering yourself. I know a couple of people that have reached out to me saying they have been suffering from anxiety, and they have felt like they haven't been able to speak to anyone about it. So I put that post on Instagram, so I'm very kind of grateful that I can use this platform, I can use my following to help people out in need, because I think not a lot of people know about mental health, and a lot of people don't know that they're suffering from mental health until they start speaking to people about it. And I think it's very key for sufferers to speak to people, speak to their parents, speak to their friends about it, and I promise you'll feel 10 times better, especially when other people can understand your sufferings as well. So yeah, I wanted to go a little bit deeper into that question. I probably, well, if people want me to, I can do kind of like a full video talking about it. If that would help people out, then I'd happily do that. I thought that was a good question, and I thought it was a good opportunity to kind of speak about my issues. So yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful evening, walking the little doggy, kind of sweating. It's quite difficult to walk and speak to the camera at the same time. I always get so out of breath. Whoa. Anyway, I'm gonna go on a walk for probably about 15 minutes or so and get back home, get back on the sofa. Right, I'm gonna try and get a nice photo with the sunset in the background. I don't know if it's gonna work. Get on with Oscar. Alright, let's see how that looks. Look how peng that is, man. That is beautiful. Wowzer. Hey Oscar. You enjoying yourself? Talking about my anxiety issues actually got me thinking, if you guys want a video where I kind of break down, obviously this is very tailored to me, but kind of breaking down how I personally have tackled my anxiety. I've got loads of little tips and tricks that I personally use, kind of like hand movements, doing things maybe before you feel like you're going to be in a position where you're going to feel anxious. If you want me to run through a full video breaking down how I have kind of got to grips with my anxiety and kind of understand it a little bit better over the past year or so, let me know. I will do a sit down video talking about that. If that can help anyone out, then that would be obviously amazing. So if anyone's out there that wants some help and wants some tips on how to maybe understand your body a little bit better, understand what's going on in your head, and kind of try and tackle it a bit better, if you want that, just let me know, and I'm sure I could try and do a video talking through them things. So yeah, I can't actually get over how peng this evening is. My sister's an absolute gem, and she brought back a 3D energy drink from Bath, because apparently they sell them in Holland and Barrett in Bath now. So we'll keep that in here, keep it nice and refrigerated. It's starting to get late and I kind of want to wrap up this video, so I'm going to get my sister to ask me the final question. I'll get her to pick out, yeah.
What's the best way to work out without a gym membership?
Okay, so what is the best way to work out without a gym membership? I probably might go into might do a full video on this, talking through maybe like home workouts and that kind of stuff. But I'd basically just buy yourself some dumbbells off Argos or something. Didn't you buy my dumbbells for me?
Yeah, Argos.
How much were they?
Oh god, I don't know.
They're probably about 30 quid for like up to 7.5 kilo dumbbells, and literally just do like full body workouts and do high reps, so a lot of volume. Do like 15 to 20 reps per set and do like 4 or 5 sets per movement. So do bicep curls, you can do some shoulder press, you can do lat raises. Just basically get yourself some dumbbells, get yourself a little set from Argos or eBay or just anywhere really. They're quite cheap, and it's a good way to kind of get into the gym, enjoying doing some exercise.
You can just do hip stuff though, like we did in the field in the park one day.
Yeah, you can do some high intensity training, so sprints. You can even do some calisthenic stuff. If you buy yourself like a pull-up bar, you could do press-ups, of course. There's all sorts of things you can do. You can obviously research into it yourself, and have a look on the internet, see what you can do. But I'd personally advise you just to get some dumbbells off Argos or Amazon or somewhere like that. Kind of get to grips with doing some exercises, do some high intensity training, enjoy yourself, do a bit of exercise. And that is going to be a wrap on today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I've obviously just gone through like a load of questions that I've been asked on Instagram, so thank you for asking me the questions. They've all been pretty good. And yeah, thank you as always for watching the video, guys. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Get a big Chanel back in the store if you want it. I gave them the drip, they said it back in the morning. I bought a new Patek, I had to watch all 2 tones. I'm taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning.
Subscribe to Thomas Rowntree, legend.